do that if you like, or we can put the PowerPoint up.
Let's just go with that.
Okay, sure. Okay. So we talked about.
Go ahead, have a chair.
So we talked about. Oh wait.
Okay.
Okay, so we talked about the fact that the sharks have dermal denticles, or teeth on the outside. If we look at this real close, that's very, very tiny. I almost have to look through a microscope. But these are the dermal denticles. These are the tiny, tiny, tiny teeth that are on the
Well, I'm
outside.
having a problem finding it here. There. So that's kind of like fish scales.
Yeah.
Wow,
Well, that's how
they're
how
pretty
that
tiny.
shrunk. Right. So sharks have, of course, millions and millions of these on their body. In fact, engineers are trying to find a way to duplicate this on submarines.
Ah.
Help them on water resistance.
And how would it help a submarine?
By stopping the drag on the smooth skin that they have.
Okay.
You know, if you look at the dimples in a golf ball,
Yep.
if you try to hit a golf ball without dimples, it doesn't go near as far, and it's like throwing a knuckleball. It's all over the place. Get the dimples stabilize the golf ball, and also allow it to travel further.
Ah.
So if you apply that analogy to skin, soft skin, as opposed to something with some kind of a substance or something to it that's going to break up the flow of the water, and you can see where that might be a big help.
Okay.
Also, we talked, and also jaws also come. You know, some of the smaller fish, smaller sharks have jaws, smaller jaws, and we learned a few minutes ago that this would be a guy who would be a biter with the triangular teeth.
Okay.
These are the cartilage that I mentioned earlier in sharks. This is what makes them be so flexible. They don't have bones, but these cartilages fit together, and if you get the right pair, you can actually see how they rock. They rock because they don't fit squarely. They fit in a way where there's a gap, and maybe I can show you here. A little bit of rocking motion. Multiply that times across all the back of a shark, and that's what. Another thing about sharks that makes them different than bony fish is their tail will go right. Their spine goes right to the edge of their tail. It doesn't stop at the back of the tail where a bony fish would. It goes right up. In fact, we have a shark called the thresher, where the tail of the shark is the same length as the shark. And how that guy hunts is he'll go along and find a school of fish, and then take that tail and whack it into the school and stun the fish. It's got to leave a little hook on the end to help him.
Oh,
And that's called a thresher shark. And they, in fact, I'm going to put up how to have a thresher shark. Get it up. Here is, here's just a small amount of teeth, and then they're all kind of different. We have a lot of different shapes, and here we can shake out a few. These are obviously very small, but here we can see all the differences. Here's the saw. Here's a tiger. See where that could resemble the blade on a circular saw?
Yeah.
See how it's curved down and it's got the grooves on either side?
Yep.
So that's a perfect example there. See if you have any. Here's the bull, possibly the bull shark, or the great white. And of course,
Now, the one we most often see in stores and that is like this one here.
Something like that or like this. Yeah. Now, you'll see those, of course, for sale.
Where are those?
Necklaces.
Yeah.
But with 400 species of sharks, it's kind of tough to tell who's who.
I see.
But you will find some of the stores selling shark's teeth that are black, and tell you that they're millions of years old, and the chances are they are. The reason they're black is because they've been floating around the ocean so long they've absorbed minerals out of the water. So you get these teeth that are black, and those are all full of minerals. And of course, you see shark's teeth that are practically like a little button. You say, how can this ever be a tooth? Well, millions of years of being, or thousands of years of being rolled around in sand, It's like being in a tumbler. It's going to cut down all the sharp edges. Now the great white is of course the bad guy in the world, but if you think about him, he's not really the bad guy. He is large. He's a major predator, and we've actually had them off the coast of Florida. There's a big program going on that tags sharks, tags great whites, and we've had radio telemetry of a couple of them off the coast of Jacksonville. And just the other day, an approximate 18-foot, 3,000-pounder was caught on hook and line 30 miles off Florida here. And because it's illegal to keep those, they let them pull the boat around a little bit until they got tired enough that they could get some photographs, get some video evidence, and then take the hook out and release it.
Wow.
So that was the great white. The chances of being bitten by a shark, a lot less than being hit by lightning. In fact, when we talk to tourists here, we say, don't watch for sharks. You're going to get sunburned long before you get bit by sharks.
Right.
Or jellyfish. Jellyfish also could pose a problem the wrong time of year. Some of the sharks that we have off the coast here, we have about 7 or 8 that we can positively identify, and that would be the lemon, the spinner, the blacktip. Blacktip is a shark that you can actually keep if you're fishing. That would allow one per boat.
The one shark up there on the wall, that's a blacktip,
Was a
isn't it?
blacktip, yeah. And the most dangerous shark, if you watch Shark Week, the most dangerous shark is not the great white, it's the bull shark. The bull shark is an extremely tenacious shark, and the big thing about them is that they are now found in freshwater. There is no evidence of them breeding in freshwater yet, but bull sharks have been caught 1,000 miles up the Mississippi and 1,500 miles up the Amazon. And if you were to read about what goes on in India, in the Ganges River, where the culture there is to float dead bodies out on rafts, that is the extreme buffet for bull sharks. Bull sharks are all over the Ganges, feeding on the corpses that are floated down into the river.
Wow.
There's a lot of studies going on. There's one in Australia right now that I'm aware of, that they are got some in captivity in a very mild brackish water to see if those bulls will breed again. And that's another thing to be concerned about. They are the ones that we watch out for here. And we'll see guys wading around the Mosquito Lagoon up to their knees or up to their thighs, fishing and having a grand old time. But what they don't realize, they could be inches from a bull shark at any given time.
I have one question, Rich, and that's to do with the vertebrae that you're showing there. It's my understanding that even though sharks are like 40 million years old, there are no fossils. Why is that?
That's because the cartilage will get eaten away or dissolve quickly. If you get them alive when you can get them out. As opposed to whale bones, where we have them all over the place here, or true bones will last forever. In this case, these things will not last. Even jaws you won't find. These jaws had to be taken from recently killed shark. Well, these eventually will go away also. These are hardened by keeping them in the air for a while. As long as they're out of the water, then they'll remain, they will dissolve as we expect.
Well, on behalf of the Pequawket Kids Association in Freiburg, Maine, I would like to thank you so much.
Thank you so much for visiting. And if you're ever in Florida, come see us. We'll give you a great show down here.
Bye.